Hello everyone, how are you this evening? Yet again, welcome back to Rudy's Pampered Kitchen, where all things are pampered but not perfect, and we are gonna walk together through another recipe. So the recipe tonight is creamy chicken and asparagus, but we're gonna do a twist on it, so stay tuned with us. Hopefully you were with us last night when we made the hidden veggie marinara, and then just did a whole pasta bake. Tonight we are going to be using another piece of rock crock. This time, instead of the Dutch oven, we're going to use the everyday pan. So right now it is already heating up over medium heat with a tablespoon of olive oil in there, and I'm going to get my apron on so we can make some stuff here in the kitchen. And it needs to just slowly heat up over medium heat for 5 minutes. So I did start that before I got on the video with you guys so that it would already be started. Otherwise I would have to stand here and try to yak for 5 minutes. You don't want to hear that. So anyway, this is, again, a Pampered Chef recipe. I believe the other day I shared the e-cookbook for all this. Comes with all the recipes, the ingredients, and the shopping list, the grocery list. So you can go through it and you can make these meals too this week. So we have got the oil heating in the everyday pan on the stove over medium heat for 5 minutes. And so at this point, we're going to take our chicken out and we're going to season it with some paprika. The recipe calls for a smoked paprika, which would be a lovely, lovely, nice smoky flavor to it. But we're just using regular paprika. That's what happens when you send your 17-year-old to do the shopping for you. So anyway, we will get on that. I'm going to find my trusty little... my smaller chef tongs. These things are amazing. I do have the small and the large. Do yourself the favor. So I'm just going to put them, I don't know if you guys can see, I'm going to bend you down a little. Alright, so I got my cutting board out and we're just going to put the 4 pieces of chicken right on the board so we can season them. I'm going to move my little... So it's kind of, there's lots of room, just got to move them over a little. Get rid of that. And then we're just going to season it with some paprika. Going to flip them over with our tongs, put some paprika on the other side. And then we're just going to let them kind of sit for a minute. So you're just gonna kind of season those. Gonna flip them over. Season them on the other side. And there we go. It's probably enough. We don't want to overdo it. Alrighty. So next what we are going to do is we are seasoning the chicken with the paprika, and then we're going to put a little bit of salt over top of it. So then I'm going to flip it back one more time so I can salt the other side. There we have it. And then at this point we are going to cook the chicken until lightly browned, so just 2 to 3 minutes on either side. I'll lift you back up a little bit. So this should be warm. just going to want to use your little thing and just kind of make sure that we got the oil evenly all over the bottom. And then you're going to put these in here, and these are pretty huge, so get a nice sizzle going on there. Yet again, I'm just going to lift this up a little, make sure that that oil is nice and... So literally just going to do that 2 to 3 minutes, and then we're going to flip them over and do it for another 2-3 minutes. And at that point, no, the chicken will not be completely cooked, but you'll see why as we move on. So now we are going to take a couple of green onions, or you can use shallots. Today I'm just going to use green onions. A couple of green onions. And because we already used chicken on this, we are going to move this one aside and use one of our flexible cutting mats for the vegetables. So with flexible cutting mat. So I'm literally just going to cut the ends off one side and the very ends off this side. And then I'm just going to kind of cut these in half like this and this. And I'm going to put you up because we are going to play with the flex today, baby. All right, so this is our new Pampered Chef Multi-Flex. And just before I show you this, I'm going to turn these over. You're just searing in those flavors on the outside of the chicken by doing it this way. All right, leave it there another couple minutes. And this is our new Flex tool. It's one of our new products that just came out this winter. It is a cordless 3-in-1 tool. So it has a battery that goes on one end, and this end has multiple attachments. So it has an immersion blender attachment. It has the food processor attachment, which we are going to use today, which comes with a blade and a couple of graters. So you get different options for this. And then it comes with a hand mixer piece with 2 different sets of beaters. One's a set of beaters and one is a set of whippers. So you can do different things with that. And what I love though is the whole thing is cordless. So this is what we call the power piece right here. And you're going to want to take this off. Still have my one of my grater blades in there, so we're going to take that one off. We're just going to use the chopping food processor blade. So we're going to put that back in. Going to put our green onions in there. We're going to put those 2 cloves of garlic, which are already peeled. Going to put those in there. And then we're going to put that lid back on. There we go. Put the plunger piece back in. And that's been kind of 2 or 3 minutes on the other side as well. So I'm just going to remove that from the heat. And I'm checking my ingredients here. So we are just going to grab a battery. And your battery is always going to be the last to the party, but the first one to leave. So you're going to put this on here first. Then you're going to snap your battery on last. And then you're just going to push the safety button underneath, and then then, as I said, you're always going to want to take the battery off first, then your power piece off, and then you've got nicely chopped up. And another thing I love about this is it does come with 2 batteries. Hi, Everett. So when you want, you have one battery you're in the middle of using, second battery's charging. So if you're doing like a batch cooking day where you're making a lot of stuff up for the week, you then can, when one battery starts to die, you just swap it out for the second battery and keep on going. So that's a great thing. But it's lovely chopped up, all those green onions and your garlic. Gonna grab this and move it a little closer to me over here. We're going to take one of our nice scrapers and we are going to put this in here. Just all nice and over. Going to set it back on the heat just a little bit. We're going to add cream cheese. So we're going to stick that in there. And we're going to put just about another teaspoon of more oil in there just to make sure we got oil. Good, good, good. Olive oil. So we are going to check this. So we finally chopped the shallots and the garlic, and then we added it to the pan, and we're going to cook this until it's translucent, which pretty much is, because it doesn't take long. And we put it in the bottom there. And then we're going to add a 1/2 cup of chicken broth. So I usually like to buy the sodium reduced stuff, but that's up to you. So again, we're going to use our really awesome measure-all cups. As I showed you yesterday, this side is for wet and has all your different measurements there. And then this side is for your dry and your sticky. So when you have to measure out those weird sticky things like sour cream or honey or peanut butter when you're making peanut butter cookies or butter for shortbread, you want one of these. These are the bomb. And then you just push it out like that and it's awesome. But we're going to use the wet side today just to measure out a 1/2 cup of the chicken broth. So there's 1/2 cup there. Helps if I get it in front of the camera, right? And you're just going to pour that in there too. And set that down. And then the cream cheese, and then you're going to put just a bit more salt over top of all of it, just because. We like a little bit of salt. And this salt I'm using here is a pink sea salt. And so it's a little more heart healthy for those of you that are concerned about stuff like that. And then we are going to stick a lid on this. Turn that off. And then the whole thing is going to go in the microwave. And we're going to finish cooking it up in there. So, in there we are going to cook it for 8 to 10 minutes. So we're just going to put it on 10 minutes. But you're going to want to check it a couple times throughout that and stir it and really make sure that cream cheese is melting and evenly distributing. And then literally we are just going to, maybe in a couple minutes, we're going to add, it's supposed to be asparagus, but I have, you know, men children in this house who will mutiny if I put asparagus in there. So we're going to add in broccoli instead. And this is what I love about all our recipes. You can totally tweak them and change ingredients at any time. Like the hidden veggie marinara sauce last night takes 2 vegetables, I didn't have them, so I put in other vegetables. Tonight, I've got boys who don't like asparagus, so we're just gonna swap out the asparagus for some broccoli. So that is going to just take 10 minutes-ish. I'm not going to keep you on here yakking with me for the whole 10 minutes. So what I will do is I'll let that cook and I'll pop back on in 10 minutes and show you the final product. All right, everyone, stay safe, take care, stay tuned. There's so much more to come. And make sure that you're engaging with the posts and commenting, because the more you comment, the more you get your name in for some free draws and prizes. All right, everyone, take care. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.